Today we are talking wellness all day, both with Dr. Hatch from Brain Rehab Clinic and Ashley Whittison from Green Horizon.
And I'll say something inappropriate, but marginally offensive.
And entertaining maybe a little.
A little.
If we get lucky. Talk 365 TV starts right now. Don't go anywhere. Here we go.
And welcome back to Talk 365 TV. I'm Trip Mitchell.
I'm Holly Love.
Isn't that great? We didn't even rehearse that.
I know. I just knew you weren't going to say my name. I was prepared for it.
I don't know how that is. So, I am getting ready to get on an airplane.
I know. Tell me about your plans for Europe and what you've done to prepare to drive on European roads, because you're doing a commute.
We are.
In a car on the wrong side of the road.
No, it's...
No?
See, first annoying thing. No, they drive on the right side of the road in Europe.
Not in Ireland.
Ireland is not in Europe.
Fine. Technicality.
Well, the Brexit
So
happened.
what are you nervous about? Here I've been thinking you're so nervous because you have Google. Google will just tell you, turn left.
I know, but it's different. You know, every country has different driving nuances and that sort of thing, and I'm a little concerned. Plus we're not knowing where we're going.
Oh, so Vita hasn't been there either. So you're sort
of...
Well,
she's been there, but we're going from Berlin to Krakow and then Warsaw and then down into the Czech Republic.
Wow.
So we're doing a lot of driving and...
A tour.
A 3-hour tour.
Yes.
And so, in essence, having never driven, I'm jealous of people who can hop into a car in a new city and drive perfectly.
So now I went to LA. And when I did,
it's shocking enough I can drive in LA.
But here's the thing. Talk about a new world, because anyone will tell you who goes out there, the minute you have that moment when you kind of get the freeway system, like the 10 will get you here, the 110 gets you here, like you start to be able to throw those down. And actually, it's been a while, so I can't even remember. I won't even quote how to get anywhere. But there was that point where my brain kind of wrapped itself around it, but I wouldn't go anywhere. Google wasn't quite as quick on the phones yet. Even though I had an iPhone, I would usually print out a Google, like turn right, turn left, before I would go any audition, before I'd go anywhere, and that saved my life. But now, oh my gosh, you don't have to know anything. You just get in the car and it tells you where to go. It's amazing. I love it.
LA is like NASCAR in that everyone uses the freeway numbers. So it's the 10 to the 5 to the...
Yes.
And in NASCAR, if you're a big fan, you don't call the drivers by the names. The 24 got passed by the 48 and the 21 on the other. And so in both cases, you're having these numbers thrown at you.
And you have no idea. And there's a million freeways. And the exits don't necessarily mean you can get back on. In Utah, it's fairly simple. Like if you get off one place, you can most likely flip around and get back on the freeway. Oh no, I've been in pretty ghetto, scary areas in the middle of the night in LA because I got off on the wrong exit, and now all of a sudden I'm under a bridge near a 7-Eleven. The shady things are happening, just crying like I don't know what to do. It's scary.
LA is scary. And the other difficult thing about LA is, let's say you have a meeting and it's 20 miles away.
If you don't leave 2 hours before, you will not make the meeting.
You have to allocate 2 hours,
scary.
and when you allocate 2 hours, you might be there in 20 minutes. There is no rhyme or reason.
You just have to plan the time, and if you get lucky, you hang out. Okay, let's talk Europe though. What are you going to do while you're in all of those places once you safely get there, because you'll be fine driving because of Google?
Then the one that I'm really nervous about is going to Auschwitz.
You're nervous, or sort of?
Well, that's
a very historical
to be around
place.
Probably the most evil spot in the history of our planet. Mm-hmm. If not, they're in the top 5. I mean, it's just the worst real estate where men have done the worst things to other men.
Mm-hmm. And women and children.
Yeah, that's a little intimidating.
Do you believe that a place holds energy? Like a good or a bad energy? Like if something really great happens somewhere, when you walk into people's homes and it's like there's just like, they're the love people and you just know it by the way it feels. I do believe the same is true when really bad things happen, because you can
And-
feel it. I mean, I think you're going to walk in there and you're going to have to tell me if you do, but
I would imagine
ugh.
I will. And looking at real estate, for instance, if someone's murdered in a home, the real estate agent has to tell that to the buyers.
For a reason.
Yeah, and you know,
Because
as a,
there's a vibe. It whether or not you believe whatever happens in the hereafter, there's definitely a vibe that takes place. Energy can't be created or destroyed, so it takes a while.
so
to
our
get rid of
friends
it.
over at Dented Brick Distillery
Distillery.
down in South Salt Lake, they got the name because the owner of the home got in a shootout with the South Salt Lake police and died. And I always wanted to ask Mark, why would you pick that spot, number one, but why would you put it as part of your distillery? And he hasn't given me an answer.
But that's part of the name, right? The
Yeah, it's
brick got
dented brick.
dented because it was actually the shootout, right?
Yeah, and kind of crazy. We've got to take a short break. What's coming
When
up
we
after the
come
break?
back, I have some wellness news you can use and a wellness minute coming at you, so you're going to want to stick around.